All right, we are live. Cantina Cocktail Hour Friday night. Super happy to be here this evening. It's been a couple weeks since we've been on. Of course, I was out of town last week, so I wasn't present. I wasn't in shape to do this, but now I am. Now I'm here, and I'm really excited because I got Brad Jost on from the Jurassic Park Podcast hanging out with me. Brad, how's it
Hey,
going?
it's going good. I'm excited to be here.
Me too. Is this your first time on Cocktail Hour?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've chatted plenty of times, but I don't think
Mhm.
specifically here.
Right on. Well, I gotta say, I love the shirt. I see the
Oh,
Universal
thank you.
Monsters that you're
Yeah,
sporting there.
I meant to button up, but I forgot. I was like a little casual here. There we go. That's better.
Very nice, very nice, and I'm sure our friend Greg would love that as well. So yeah, no, super cool stuff. Super cool stuff. Let's see who is coming on in here so far. We have Dodgson. Dodgson's in the house. How's it going? Thanks for coming on. We have Greg. Speaking of, there's Greg here to chill with
What's up,
us.
Greg?
We got Jurassic Dave with us. Hey, Dave, how is it going? Thanks for
Hi, Dave.
coming in and hanging out with us. We have Alex. Alex, how's it going? Good to see you, friend. Hey, Paul, thanks for coming on in again. So, good little crowd building up here, Brad. Um, yeah, so, this is Cantina Cocktail Hour. So, are
hmm
you drinking anything of interest this evening?
I have a Riesling wine in my Killer Clowns Halloween Horror Nights cup. So,
Ah, very
yeah,
nice.
I'm getting through that.
Well, I just cracking open here. Wait for it, wait for it. There we go.
Oh,
Cracking
sound.
open a Stone Brewery Tangerine Express Hazy IPA right here.
Oh, that's a cool looking can.
Yeah, local brewery. They make really good stuff. And yeah, this is a hazy IPA, which is kind of all the rage right now. So cheers, Brad.
Cheers. Boom. I wish I had the blinky thing doesn't work. Actually, I took it out. The cup used to light up. It was nice, but I miss it.
Very cool. So, what is this that I've been hearing that you have a favorite character that's in Jurassic World Dominion that we know nothing about, but kind of do because of toys?
I don't know. That was kind of news to me, to be honest. I was like, wow, I guess it's my favorite character now. I guess I got to stick with it. That's just what happens. Somebody tells you it's your favorite. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, this character, what's his name? Rain, right? I don't
Rain
know. I mean,
Delacour. Yeah.
Delacour or something. Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does. He's got some face tattoos, and wears a long jacket. It seems like, but I don't know anything else about this guy except he shows up
Yeah.
in literally almost every Lego set.
I know. It's like we don't know anything about him. I don't even know who the actor is or if we know who the actor is, but yeah, he is in every Lego set. There's a Mattel figure of this guy and yeah, the only
Yeah,
Delacour I'm familiar with is in Harry Potter, Fleur Delacour, but I wonder if there's any relation there. But
maybe.
maybe. But yeah. So I guess you have a new favorite
Yeah, that's
character.
gonna be he's gonna be my new favorite guy. I think it should maybe if fingers crossed if it works out that way. It's probably Scott Hayes, gonna be in this movie, but I don't know. It doesn't look like that character, the toy, especially the Lego, and I guess the Mattel figure. They don't look anything like him. So I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. Like I when I first saw like pictures of the figure, I kind of thought it looked like just Owen, like in a disguise or something. Like it looks like Owen, but with the trench coat and like
Yeah.
makeup on his eyes. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, in disguise. I like that. He's like, nobody's gonna realize it's me in this trench coat. I got some long hair, like I got a wig on, and I'll put a
Yeah,
face tattoo on. Blue won't recognize me. I'm trying to hide from Blue.
I know, right? Maybe that's the whole thing. He's trying to hide from Blue. Nice. All right. So this guy, just to say that everybody's on the same page here with whom we're talking about, is this figure right here that comes packed with Owen. So yeah, the guy in black. Now, if it's not Owen in disguise, my next guess was that he was Captain Boomerang from Suicide Squad.
You
Like,
never
yeah,
know. You never know. I mean,
you never know. It's weird.
Yeah, I like it though. I think it's a unique looking figure, whether he looks like that in the movie or not in any way. But I'm glad to have like something unique for the toy line like that. I feel like, we always get some like generic, like just like military looking guy, and I'm glad that at
Yeah.
least this guy looks a little bit cooler.
Yeah, and Greg makes a good point. He's kind of a combination of Crow, Sirius Black, Keanu Reeves. I can see that. Yeah, kind of a
Yeah,
combination of all that stuff. So who knows? Maybe we get a second trailer before too long, and we get to see what he actually looks like. Maybe
I
it's like a
assume
figure.
they gotta. You would think they would release another trailer, but like I'm also okay with them not like if they just left it as
Yeah,
is. But like we also never saw any like bad guys, from this movie. And we don't really know. There's like no storyline in in the original trailer, so I assume they'll they'll let us know at some point.
maybe in the movie we'll find out
Yeah,
if
just
we're lucky.
in the movie. That'd be fine. That'd be great. I would love
Yeah,
that if it was just in the movie. Just let us know then.
yeah, that would be fine for sure. But yeah, so you've recently had a really cool experience along with Jay Jurassic. And I regretfully haven't seen this yet because I don't have access to this channel. But you were on this little episode on Reels, correct? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people didn't know about it or didn't get to see it, but that's because I only found out like 2 days before or a day before this thing went live. So I went up to New York City and Jay went as well, and we're both in New Jersey, so it was easy for us to get out there and start filming some stuff. They had us into this little studio and asked us a bunch of Jurassic questions, filmed the whole thing, and then like, all right, great guys, that was awesome. Well, we'll let you know when it's gonna air. And then like nobody let us know. So my aunt texted me and she was like, I just saw you on TV. And I was like, wait, what? You did? Okay. I guess it's coming on TV. So I messaged the guy and he's like, yeah, I was just about to let everybody know that it was coming out that past Saturday night. So yeah, and it's according to the Twitter for like Reels, they're like, oh, it's a whole like there's like a deal in place where we can only put this out and then it'll be like online or whatever in like 6 months. So I don't know what's going on and if you can watch it at any point. So just keep pestering Reels if you want to see this
Mm,
Jurassic Park documentary that we get to talk, me and Jay and a few others get just I don't know who those other people were, just like random film people. They get to talk about what they thought about Jurassic Park. So it was really cool. It was a fun
nice. Yeah,
experience.
that sounds really cool. And I hope that I get to see it. And I hope other people, I'm sure would love to see your contribution to that and Jay's contribution to that. So hopefully there's a way they make that more available to everybody.
Yeah, I think like they do have like a place on Amazon where you can watch a lot of their content. I think this is a new series overall, so it was funny because they put me like I was in a commercial for this with like Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones, and I was like, huh. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. So that was pretty cool. So they played Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones back to back. I didn't watch the Indiana Jones one because we had to do like bedtime for my son. But yeah, it was crazy. I had no idea how they were gonna edit it, how it was gonna come out, but I think it came out pretty great. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully people can see it at some point.
Right on. So yeah, you have a little bit of newfound, not that you already didn't, but you have a little bit of extra celebrity
Oh
now
yeah,
attached to your
I
name.
know. I know everybody in my live stream the other night was saying I got some Reels bucks, and I'm like, no, no Reels bucks. Uh,
It's funny. I was talking to my husband just a little while ago actually about like, YouTube and the internet and being able
yeah,
to, people seeing you from all over the world. And it's funny because when you think about it, like back before the internet, back before YouTube and everything, like people like you, like were kind of more famous than like people were when they were first starting out, like on the big screen, just people that would go into movie theaters and just see like, average films. Like, but now you think about all the eyes that are easily just, they go onto their phone, tablet, computer, whatever. Like, there's more people know who you are like now than knew who like Arnold Schwarzenegger was like in his first movie. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, my name is Arnold, and there's a guy named Brad, and he has way more fans than I do. That was just a horrible Arnold impersonation. But yeah, that is interesting. Like, it's so crazy with social media, right? Like, just anybody and everybody can do a thing, and it's awesome though. I appreciate each and every person that would follow me, and somebody like a place like Reels to be like, hey, let's trust this guy to, talk about Jurassic and put it in a documentary. I mean, it's really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, super cool. Well, I'm sure they found the right people for the job for sure.
Hopefully.
So Dodgson says, Brad's now a celebrity. Welcome to Hollywood. And Greg follows that up with Brad's going to have a star on the Walk of Fame before long.
Yeah. I walked on some stars the other day, but no, I didn't see mine. I missed it. It wasn't there.
Hey, you never know. Maybe they'll add like, 'cause they have different categories. There's like film, radio, I think TV and
Oh,
music. Maybe they'll have one for like YouTube or for podcasting like someday.
I'll take that. I mean, I'll walk up the hill a little bit and like be around the corner somewhere. That's fine if they want to do that for me. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, where's my blue check mark? Twitter, get me that first, and then I'll show up on Hollywood.
Sure. Where's my star? Oh, it's over in the corner where the homeless pee on
Oh,
in that corner every night.
yeah, probably.
That's where mine
Look,
would
Mom, there I am.
be. Right on.
Just-
Oh. Yeah, you
Sorry,
could
Brad
do that.
Scratch
You
it
could do
out.
that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Somebody wrote one with a Sharpie on this one. Why is that?
What does it mean? So I have a couple other friends filtering in here. Brittany, welcome.
What's
Thanks
up?
for being here with us this evening. Mary, how's it going? Great to see you. Mary, you go into all of the live streams. I don't know how you do it, but very, very cool. I saw you that when I was on Six Scale Cantina the other day, you were in there too. Peak Obi-Wan is with us this evening. How's it going? You're not late. We just started like 12 minutes ago. We have Jason. Jason, how's it going? Thanks for coming in. We have Jurassic Souls. Howdy. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me and Brad. We got Darth Clueless with us now. So very cool. Good little crowd here that we have hanging out with us. It's really nice to see everybody. We appreciate you guys hanging out. Hit the like button if you don't mind. Let's have more people making Brad famous by seeing
Oh
him
my God.
in as many videos as possible.
Why are you trying to just like embarrass me?
It's the good kind of embarrassing.
That was weird. I mean, like I actually going into that thing, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I don't think I can do it. Cause like I don't know about you, but like I don't really like to listen back to my content at all, like ever. I don't really like to listen to it or watch it or whatever. So that was a tough one for me. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna. I told my wife, I'm like, nah, I don't think so. I told Jay, I was like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna watch it. He's like, are you crazy? He's like, I'm watching it with my family or whatever. I'm putting this thing on TV. He's like, I'm like, I don't know. It seems weird. I get like, freaked out about it a little bit, but I don't know. It came out fine. Wait,
Yeah,
Lewis is here. Lewis is here. I guess school's over. So I'll see you in July, Lewis, on my channel.
Very nice. Hey, Liz, welcome. Yeah, super cool. So there's been like stuff hitting Aldi. The store Aldi. Do you have Aldi in your neighborhood?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do have an Aldi, and it looks like everybody else's, and it's very dark and scary to me. So,
And do you have to pay a quarter to rent a cart?
I was making a joke about that the other day on my stream. I'm like, I feel like it's one of those places where you have to do the whole quarter thing, and like it's very confusing. And I'm like, and then I looked at pictures of the carts, and I was like, yep, that's what it is. I'm like, oh, whoops. That thing always annoys me. That quarter thing. I hate that thing.
Me too. It's like I only went in there once, and this was like years ago, and I was gonna like, oh, I'm here, I'm gonna get my groceries, why not? And then I was like, oh, I need to go get a cart. I'm like, it's stuck. What's wrong with this cart? Come on. And then I realized like, oh, I gotta put a quarter. I'm looking through my pockets. I don't have a quarter. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna go ask for a quarter like the cashier? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna do that. So I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna leave. So I didn't buy anything.
I feel like it's like a club that I don't know about. Like I'm not sure. Like you know how you like have to go to like Costco or something, Sam's Club or whatever. You show like your card, to get in. I feel like it's like that, but like I don't know like what the deal is. I got to walk in. I got to bring a bag. People in the chat the other night were telling me I have to bring knives, which is weird. I'm kind of scared of that place now. I think I need to bring a flashlight just because it's in my mind. The last time I was there, it was like pitch black inside the store. So,
wow. Yeah, that's scary. So what they're finding, I guess, at all of these little budget 6-inch size like dinosaurs, Jurassic World Dominion dinosaurs. I think there is a Therizinosaurus. There's like a I don't know what else, like a T-Rex, a raptor, blue maybe. And nothing that's like too exciting, right? But for some people, it's like, oh, it's a Dominion toy, it's brand new. I gotta have it. It's the only thing I can buy right now. I'm gonna go to Aldi. I'm gonna pay $1 to get the cart, and then I'm gonna go, put these 3 little figures in a big old shopping cart. But yeah, I have an Aldi nearby. I haven't gone to look, and I may, but it's just kind of like I don't really want to go just to find these little things I don't really care for.
yeah. Yes. So you don't collect that scale or anything, right? It's just
Yeah, I mean, I have some, but I've never gone out of my way for these because they're just like I don't even open them. I just keep them in the boxes. So it's like,
Yeah, I've never gotten into that scale at all. But it is very tempting when like some of the first things start coming out, right? Like you feel like you
yeah,
have to go out and get them. This time around, I'm like, I don't know what to do just because I have way too many things right now, and like stuff just in boxes all over the place. I like to take my stuff out and put it up, but I have no more room. I have no more room on any shelves anywhere. So like this time around with Dominion, I'm like, I think I might like hold off a little bit on some things, but Aldi's calling me, so I don't know.
I
I
know,
might
right?
stop in Aldi. It might happen this weekend. We'll see.
We'll probably end up there anyway. And it was funny. We were talking to our friend Tom, who's probably being put to bed, or he's probably in bed already, right? He probably had his bedtime story already, and he's asleep.
Hours ago,
And
yeah, he's been
hours ago,
asleep for a
yeah.
while, yeah.
And he was surprised that we had Aldi in the US. I'm like, yeah, we have Aldi.
Oh, do they have that over there or no?
Yeah, seemed like it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's a place that exists, and it's like a black hole. I feel like I've never stepped in there for real, actually, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of scared.
We'll see. Anything could change. Anything can change. So Jurassic Dave says it's a bit different because it's Mattel and we have an idea of what we will get. I guess referring to these
Yeah.
6-inch figures. Greg says that I would like there's Dinosaurus. Maybe I would. Maybe I would like it. And
I wonder if Dave is maybe saying like last time around we had, well, for the first time around we had Hasbro, right? And then when Fallen Kingdom came out, we were like all crazy, right? Like, oh, Mattel now, like let's see what this is gonna do. And then now it's like, yeah, it's still Mattel. Like literally, they haven't stopped ever. So it's like old news at this point.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was, and I was just talking about this in the last live stream I was on just a little while ago. That back when Fallen Kingdom came out, Mattel had this line for the first time, and we had just come off of a couple of years of Hasbro and their whole Jurassic World toy line, and I mean, everybody knows the history of that, and so it was kind of like a golden age for Mattel to get the line and be able to do all of these different things, and it was generally very well received. People were happy, and it was kind of remarkable, and it is that we got all the things that they did. But yeah, I can totally see that now. It's like this time we kind of know what to expect, and there have been leaks, and we've seen a lot of what is coming in the very near future. So this month actually, which is kind of crazy. So yeah.
It's also like I feel like it's a little like dulled down just because like, well, we've got, I mean, this happened last time. The toys came out early. There was stuff hitting stores a little early last time too. But like this time it's like the drop date is like Easter Sunday. And it's like, like really? You're gonna make it Easter Sunday? Like I think somebody pointed out, I think that Target is like just closed or whatever. And I'm like, okay, all right. Well, there goes the fun in that. Like, But I guess Monday it'll be fun on Monday, or go to Walmart. I guess I don't know if they're open or not, but
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, who knows? We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, it is an interesting thing. I mean, Sunday is kind of a weird day in general, I think, to release toys.
Mhm.
But I think it was a Friday last time, I want to say, for Fallen Kingdom. I think it was a Friday they did.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember I went to like so many different stores. It took a very long lunch break trying to like go to every Target and Walmart in the area. And I put together like a toy hunt video, and it was just like failure, failure, failure,
Yeah.
failure. And then the end one was like at my house, like my home Target or whatever. And I found, what did I find? I think I found the Super Colossal, Mosasaurus, um so I don't know, some other stuff. Not much though, but
Mhm.
that was a fun day nonetheless.
Yeah. That sounds like my video. It was just like, nope, one store, nope, another store, nope. And then the last one that, I should have been the first one I went to was they
Yeah.
had everything. So, with regards to the Mattel Jurassic line, you're not a completist, right? You don't buy every single thing that Mattel, you never have, right? It's my understanding.
No. No, I pick and choose. There's a lot that I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't need that." So, it makes it easier on
Yeah,
my wallet.
that's true. And they do a lot of repaints. I mean, there's some species that we've seen like um just over and over and over again, right? Like Triceratops, like Stygimolochs, like just so many things that have been redone over and over. And then there's some yet that don't come back out, like Dimetrodon or Quetzalcoatlus,
Mhm.
or looking over the shelf.
I
Uh, just certain ones that we don't really see a whole lot of. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, there is a lot that I guess I would say, totally is skippable. Like if you were just kind of picking and choosing and, being a little more selective, which given the size of this line in the last 3 years or 4 years almost, like you kind of have to be a little more choosy given everything that's come out.
Yeah, and the fact that, like, they've gotten into the huge stuff, like, we've got Brachiosaurus, there's another one on the way, you've got Apatosaurus, like, that spot that I have my Apatosaurus is just, like, in front of a bunch of other things. Like, I have Indiana Jones stuff on that shelf over there, and, like, I just put it in front of this stuff because I have nowhere else to put it. So, like, I don't know, it's tough. And, yeah, you're talking about the repaints and stuff, but, like, also, you never know, like, with these lines, like, what's gonna be around for a while, what's not gonna be around for a while. So we always just jumping on things, like, so quickly, because like, you may only have one chance, and then it's gone forever. You're like, "Ugh, I wish I got it," you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. You just never know. Like there's certain things that you wouldn't expect are like super sought after. Like I was looking at them the other day, and there's certain pachycephalosaurs, which I think is one of the worst toys in the line. It's freaking creepy. You look at it. I
Yep.
have it facing the wall because I don't want it looking at me. Um, it's like why are certain ones of those so expensive now? It's like you just never know what people are gonna like want to go
I don't
back and
know.
get. So
That's one I never got any of them because I was
good.
just like, I don't like it, because I just have such a fondness for, like, the Lost World version. Like, it's got the red and the green or blue or whatever colors on it, and it's just like that. I feel like that toy is perfect. So none of
Mhm.
these new ones have, like, come anywhere close to that. So,
Yeah, that was the first Lost World toy I bought was that Pachycephalosaurus.
oh wow,
I remember getting it at Walmart, like saving my coins and having enough to get it. And it is a great toy. It really is. And it has a whole metal contraption on its back and everything.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
practical, but
I forgot about that. I don't have that thing. I don't think I have it around anymore. Here's my. I don't know why this is just still sitting here, but here's my box of spare parts. Usually something like that would be in here, but I don't see it. No, just random stuff. High hide. Got like a piece, like I makeshift made my own version of the high hide with a different gun or whatever.
oh nice. It's high and
But
you hide. Um Yeah, so I have been pretty much all in with the Mattel Jurassic line. Not necessarily with like we're talking about the budget 6-inch and 12-inch figures, but like anything mainline 3 and 3/4 inch, whether it's like and I know the names of these assortments have changed so many times. So,
God.
forgive me if I'm saying I'm wrong, but Fierce Force and like Attack Pack and Savage Strike and all that. Like I've pretty much been all in, but I've made a decision that I just can't continue doing that for Dominion because I have like there's so many of these things and I just have nowhere to put them, and I feel bad that they end up going like in these plastic tubs. And part of me is like, okay, well at least I have it in case one day I want to go back and put it on display, or I feel like I'm going to need it. But at the same time, it's like, gee, maybe I could be buying an extra of something else that I'm definitely going to want to have on display, or something that I'm a little more excited about than another Velociraptor Blue, for example. So I think
Yeah.
I'm going to be more selective this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's just like so many of like they're not like I don't think they're like my focal point of like any of my collection in this room. My dinosaurs are just like on the bottom shelf. They're just all down there. So I like having like the vehicles and the humans and stuff like that. And of course like the older stuff too. They're like, I don't know, they're around here somewhere. But yeah, the dinosaurs they're just chilling down there unless they're like a specific one. I've got some like
Mm-hmm.
Cretaceous stuff over there. Amber collection. I might as well throw it in the garbage now. I guess I'm not sure. But the Hammond collection stuff just I feel like messes it all up too. It's like, do I want to keep buying like the core line stuff, or do I want to just wait for the Hammond collection stuff? Do I want to just focus on that?
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm really excited about the Hammond collection, and I'm obviously getting them, but it is going to be interesting, like in terms of display. Like how will it look if you put it next, like let's say the Pachycephalosaurus next to an older, or sorry, the Parasaurolophus next to an older Parasaurolophus? How would that look? So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, stuff like that, stuff like Legacy Collection, I'm not going to give up. I mean, I'm still bewildered that we're getting a Roland Timbo figure. Like, I can't believe they're actually doing that.
I know. When I woke up that day and I looked at it, I was like, "Oh my god! Like for real? That's what we're getting? That's amazing! Like that's great. I think it's fantastic that we're getting something that actually looks like him, even though it still can't beat the original one. Like the original one is just like one of the best figures from the Jurassic Park or the Lost World. So
Yeah.
even though it looks nothing like him, I know there was like a second iteration that kind of looked like him, right? But I don't care. That one's unbeatable. But it's still crazy that we're getting stuff like that. So I hope they do branch out more in those ways. I feel like they like set a goal like that week. They're like, well, this is the mark that we're at now. We can't go below this anymore. We can't just release a 4-pack of Raptors anymore on, Beyond the Gates or something. We have to like do something bigger and better now. So, they gave us Lex, which is great.
Yeah,
And I was
finally.
talking, I think I was talking about it with Aaron on my show. That like the Lex pack is great, but like we wish it was just like a Lex pack, like and not like also Tim and a Raptor. Like I wish it was just focused on her, because after all this time, like give her some credit,
Yeah,
Instead
and
of
I
a
wonder,
frying pan, we got a frying pan instead,
you get a
instead
frying
of
pan.
something
Is
that matches her,
maybe that's a nod to the old dinosaurs show, the frying pan.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe.
But yeah, no, yeah, I hear you there. And, I know this is something I brought up before. There's this long rooted like thing in the toy industry where, you know, like companies can be a little more hesitant to create like women or female girl action figures. And um, maybe they feel like they
Yeah.
need to put her in there with Tim in order for that to, which to me doesn't make sense. I mean, I think if you really wanted Tim, you probably bought the Explorer because everybody wanted the Explorer anyway. So yeah, it would have been nice
Yeah.
if they would have made it a little more targeted around her. But
Yeah. I mean, that's obviously the reason. Like, they're still set in those ways, unfortunately, in so many aspects that, like, I guess they just don't think it's gonna sell, but like they're wrong because like everybody would buy this thing. So I wish it came with like something specific to Lex, I know we got a computer with Ray Arnold, which also kind of made no sense because they gave us no desk or anything, which we all had to buy the wrestling desk or whatever. But like I wish it came with something like that and like kind of fit her character instead of just a random pack, which I'm okay with it because like we got Dirty Tim, we got another Raptor to kind of go with that Hammond and Ellie pack that we got previously that only came with 2 Raptors. So now we
Yeah.
finally got the 3rd Raptor, which is nice. But yeah, I don't know. Why didn't she come out just in the Explorer pack? Just like that would have been cool too, though. Like if it was just like
That would have been
she fits
cool.
in that pack. But
Yeah, I do think it
I
would
don't
have
know.
been like you're saying, like the computer maybe, or like the door with the little locking mechanism, something like that. But the
Mhm.
Raptor, what I really would like to have seen, and I doubt they'll ever do this, but I said that about like Lost World figures too, is a Velociraptor that has like the reflection of like the code like on his body, like from that one moment in the film, would be a neat
Mhm.
figure.
Oh wow, yeah, that would be cool. That's gonna be the Mattel Creations version. It's gonna be made by some unique artist or something.
For $500.
Yeah. And Tim points out that it wouldn't have been very compelling, but like I think that's why it should have had to come with like its own pack, not just like just Lex. Maybe it would have been a peg warmer, but like like because yeah, he's right. All those other ones were as well, but I think this one is maybe more unique because we haven't gotten it ever. At
Mhm.
least we do have other Grants, Ellies, and Malcolms. But there's just a huge span of time in between there. I don't know if it matters or not.
Totally. Yeah. Well, let's see what's going on here in the chats. I see that Tim is with us now, as you mentioned. So, Tim, welcome. Glad you're hanging out with us now. We have Nick in the house saying we're getting a visitor center, right? Yeah, totally. I saw that today on social media.
Totally
How
real.
about that? Totally real. Certainly coming. Uh, I'm just going to kind of take a look here. So, Pico B1 is asking, do you guys anticipate a large line with the release of the new film? And is there something that could come out that might surprise you? What do you think, Brad?
Are we going to get a large line? Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, it feels like it's already kind of getting out of control. Like every day there's something new that's like popping up. But is there something that would come out that would surprise me? I mean, no, I don't think so. But like we tend to think about like all the options. So like I don't know, but I guess I said before that like the Roland set kind of surprised me. So what would surprise me? I don't know. I have no idea. I just, I want them to make the bathroom set with Gennaro and that. I want like a full thing. I don't want them to cheap out. I want the whole hut, a toilet, and Gennaro. I want that whole thing. I mean, I told them directly to their faces, you need to make this. And that would be great. And I guess I would be surprised if they actually went through with it because it's a big deal. But yeah, I'll stick with that.
Wouldn't that be something? Like it has a thatched roof and it
Mhm.
has like the actual like stall and then it collapses and then you have the
Oh,
toilet and
it's perfect. The collapsible, like there's some sort of mechanism that maybe you could sell a T-Rex with it too if you wanted to. I guess they do that with it, almost everything else. But
yeah,
like just, have a T-Rex stomp on something near the hut and it just collapses the whole thing and that'd be amazing. And
it
inside
would.
he's sitting there on the toilet. Why has this not been made?
Yeah, that would be super cool. I think we were talking about the high height earlier. I think I'd like to see that with
Mm.
like an Eddie Carr figure would be kind of neat. That'd be surprising, and I think we could do with the new high height. That's a little more film accurate. Doesn't have a big Jurassic Park logo on it. But yeah, I think we're gonna get a huge line. I think it will be just as big as the Fallen Kingdom line, if not bigger. So brace yourselves, start saving those pennies if you haven't already. And I think we're going to get quite a few things here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Um,
very excited to get the Therizinosaurus. I know you mentioned the 12-inch one before, but like I haven't gotten the other one yet, but I'm very excited to get that one. I think that one I'm like very like I think that's maybe my most excited figure that they've, teased, I
yeah,
guess, or whatever.
I'd say so too. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at right now is new species that I don't already have in the collection, like,
Mhm.
or, totally reimagined species that I don't already have, like the battle damaged Dimetrodon that's coming. That's really cool.
Mm.
That's kind of what I'm interested in, is stuff I don't have, because I mean I have they've covered very well the dinosaurs parts of this line in the last several years. But we need
Mhm.
more humans. We need, just reimagine better quality overall. I think dinos in some cases, like what we're seeing with Hammond Collection and Therizinosaurus, looks really cool. So I'm excited for that too.
Yeah.
Greg says speculation on what's the next Target Behind the Gates exclusive week after next. Let's go ask Chris. No. What do you think?
What is it supposed to be? Is it do we know? Let's see. It says a legacy collection, 420. Legacy collection. Wasn't there something? Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
If
My
it's
mind's
legacy,
blank at the moment.
yeah, I mean, if it's legacy, then that's going to be like either Lost World, I guess, or another like Jurassic Park centered set. But I mean, I think they've covered Jurassic Park pretty well. I mean, obviously there's things they can do like play sets and stuff, but
Mhm.
in terms of
Yeah.
characters, the only things they haven't really done would be like Gennaro, maybe like Arnold. Ray Arnold could come back because he was only in that exclusive set, I believe, right?
Yeah, he was only in that one. I want a Doctor Wu. Like, give us Doctor Wu,
Yeah,
like,
I'd love to.
and like, I just feel out there's only like a handful of people left that you really like need to make, and then there's like a handful that like you could make, like pink shirt
Yes.
guy. I want pink shirt guy, like give me that guy. And like the guys at the beginning of the movie that have like, the hard hats and stuff like that. Like those are
Mhm.
like the last ones I need. But like I need Dr. Wu, Jerry Harding, and Gennaro, like give me those characters first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Chris had said something. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I think he said something online about like, don't just assume it's going to be like Lost World only or something, because that was the one that they revealed, one of the ones they revealed previously. Obviously, we just got a Jurassic Park set, which I wish that one also came with like a kitchen counter. Like, why? I feel like it fakes
Mm.
me out with that box, but like, give me a kitchen counter so like something can like, I need like a little play set, but yeah, I don't know what it could be. I wonder if maybe they'll go Jurassic Park 3. They did the first two.
Yeah.
So maybe Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah. Who doesn't want the Kirby's in their collection?
Mm.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, anything's possible, I guess.
I would.
Um,
That was the movie that made me stop buying Jurassic toys, because like it was like
Same.
the scale. There was the scale. Like I just was like, this is wrong. Everything about this is wrong.
Yep. Yeah, I was so I still remember going into KB Toys and seeing these on the shelf for the first time, and I'm like, "Wait, what?" Like, I have all these high expectations from what they did for the
Yeah.
first movie in the Lost World, and then I go in and I'm like, "What?" Like, they're all like, "T-Rex is this big." I'm like, "That's not right." Like, that
Yeah.
how can this be? So I just didn't buy any of them at the time.
Mm-mm. No, I only have like maybe 3 or 4 items right now, like totally. Like, and I've only bought like in recent years, and they've come like as part of like a bucket of dinosaurs that I bought, like or humans or whatever. So, yeah, still not into it, but give me like fill out that movie. That'd be great as well. And I do Legacy could be Jurassic World too. We absolutely need Jurassic World. We got the Apatosaurus, which is right there, and it's amazing. And that's a legacy item, right? So give us, Claire or Dr. Wu from that movie. I don't care about Owen from that movie. He basically looks exactly the same as all the others. But
Yeah.
give me those characters. I think that'd be great. And then those vehicles too. Like that would be very cool as well.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be really cool. Tim says, would this theoretical Gennaro set have a figure with pants pulled up or at the ankles? Well, if you roll
Yeah,
back the tape,
yeah. He wasn't actually going to the bathroom.
Tim, what are you
He
thinking about?
stumbled in and he was like, "Ah," and he just
He
fell
was
down.
like I gotta hide. Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, I mean, maybe he
Yeah.
did, and like it was just off screen or something before we
Oh,
see him. But
he definitely did. Like, let's be honest, he definitely relieved himself. But like once he was up in the air in the T-Rex's mouth, that was when it happened.
oh
But
no,
how did we get here? I don't know.
I, I don't know. Moving right along. How
Tim
long?
insists that the pants were down. I don't know.
Nick says that they can have pant dropping action.
Did you say pants dropping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man. Um. Oh, okay, Tim. Yeah, keep running with it. He must not have been that panicked if he was also having the BM. Okay, well, yeah, sure. So
I'm
you know what I
looking
was
at it
thinking?
right now. His pants are not down, by the way.
They
His
weren't. They
pants are
weren't
up.
down. He was
The
wearing
problem
shorts
is
too.
he's wearing very short shorts, and it throws you off. So
It does. It does. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
That is.
You
That
know,
is true.
the problem is he has pants on at the beginning of the movie when he's in the Dominican Republic. And then like later on, whatever the timeline is for this movie, who knows? But like he ends up on Nublar and he's got shorts on. So yeah, that's what happens there. The pants mystery solved.
Yeah. I guess he was wearing a suit that has shorts. I'm just trying to
You know what?
imagine seeing that in the store, like
He
a
probably
suit with
had a
shorts.
He probably had a bathroom issue earlier, like in the trip, like after the helicopter ride, and he was like, "Oh, does anybody have a pair of shorts or
Oh
pants?"
no.
And then Muldoon's like, "Oh, I got a pair of shorts right here," and he's like, he hands them to him, and he's like, "These are so short, dude. Do you have high socks or anything to go with them?" You know? And he's like, "Yeah, I got those too. Here they are." So that's what happened.
Totally. Yeah, canon. No, exactly.
Canon.
I was thinking probably a pretty relatively easy one. You were talking about Brad things that they need to do, like Doctor Wu and Gennaro, but and things that they could do. One thing that they could do is they could do Dr. Grant and Ellie from the beginning of the film in their alternate outfits. Like I think Grant would just be a repaint basically. You could take the existing figure and just repaint him and do that. Ellie, I
Yeah.
think would need jeans, right? So you'd have to do something with the legs, but
Yeah.
I think still like give her a hat, right? I think they could do something like that.
That would be awesome. We always focus on the iconic attire, and rightfully so. I mean, they are iconic, but like I want to see the other stuff too. I don't want to see them like cheap out on like what Grant is wearing in like Jurassic Park 3 or other parts of the movies. Apparently I'm a trousers authority over here now. What was I going to say? I forget, but I would love that if they focused on. Oh, you know what I was going to say is I'm disappointed in Tim, very disappointed that the whole visitor center thing came out today, and I'm looking at the picture and I see Dr. Grant on this picture and he's got a red shirt on, and I'm just like, well, where's white shirt Grant? Why do we not have white shirt Grant, Tim? Why didn't you? Like I would have bought it. I'm with red shirt Grant. I'm like, I don't know, I'm not into it, but like white shirt Grant, I would have
Yeah,
bought that in a
there
second.
you go.
So
White t-shirt Grant with a
yeah,
nuclear bomb and
yeah.
the
That's so.
aerial net trapper.
I was bummed. I was like thinking about the trailer, and I was like, oh man, if Grant showed up in a white shirt, dude, I would have like screamed. I would have went through the roof. I would have died before I even got to see the movie. So unfortunately, he does not have. I don't think he has a white shirt in Dominion, but that would be awesome if he did.
That would be really cool. That would be really cool. Greg agrees. He'd like a dig sight Grant Ellie with a 6-foot turkey kid. That'd be a weird one to do, but yeah.
But the 6-foot turkey kid kind of looks slightly like a little Owen now.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, what's going on with this retcon here?
Yeah. Totally. So keys to Ben's, are you going to Generation Jurassic? Well, the plan is quite probably, but not 100% sure, because certain things are going to have to align for it to completely work out. But yeah, that's currently my plan, is to attend. So that's the hope anyway.
Yeah, and we're talking about the reveals for the 20th of this month for Beyond the Gates, but like there's other stuff that's going to be revealed this month. I guess not pre-orders, but like they're going to at least show stuff off, right? So who knows what that's going to be. I was saying if it's that Gennaro bathroom set, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be angry.
Yeah, everybody that shows up gets a Gennaro bathroom set. Everybody that comes. But you got to pay for the toilet because it's not free. So I'm thinking now about the toilet because now since we've gone down this path, I'm thinking about the toilet. Like, is it a pristine like white toilet? Like, does it look like have like water sculpted into it? Does it have like a movable flush handle? Like, I'm just thinking about all the possibilities here.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I'm looking at the pictures of the toilet right now, and I mean, it's so it has like the lid is up, so he did put the lid up. Um, I guess it was whoever was in there last. Unless I don't remember him putting it up. Did he put the lid up when he ran in there? I don't know. Why would you put the lid up while you're wearing pants or shorts? I guess, but like, that would be funny if they put like a little like glossy, something inside so it looked like there was water in there and gave it a little flushing sound. The flushing sound comes from when you lift the person off the toilet. That would be cool. So like as the T-Rex grabs down, lifts up, it would just be like, like I couldn't make a flushing sound with my mouth, but you know what that sounds like.
Right. Yeah. Why am I Googling like pictures of Jannar on the toilet now? Gosh darn. See what you guys have done.
Yeah.
What have I become here? Like, okay, so so while we're on the subject, just so we're all on the same page here with what's going on in the scene. He does in fact have his pants up. Okay, we can see that right here. He's got the pants up. I know it's an itty bitty picture, but he does have the lid up. You're right. I've never noticed that. He does have
no, I never analyzed this scene to this extent, but I'll never forget.
Okay, well, I think that's enough of that. Anyway. Oh, yeah, so this is a good one, Greg. The chat has gone to toilet humor. Yeah. Or it's gone down the toilet. Yeah, derailed completely. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Star Wars because as much as you are the Jurassic Park podcast and that's mostly your focus, right? You also are a big Star Wars fan, and you've been on Cantina Chatter and we've talked about various Star Wars topics in the past. How are you feeling about Kenobi so far?
Oh my god, I think it looks awesome. I can't wait. When is that? Now it's the 27th. They pushed it, and we're getting 2 episodes in one day.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm like, okay, it's only 6 episodes. Why do you got to give us half the season? It feels like at one time. Like, let us like sit with this thing. But it looks awesome. I'm very excited. I don't know. It just looks awesome. Like everything about it. I don't know how is Hayden gonna fit into this show? I have no idea. But like I want to see him do some extraordinary stuff with a lightsaber because like anytime you see behind the scenes footage from like episode 3 or whatever, he's just like killing it. So I want to see him do some good stuff. Like without the Vader costume on. So hopefully we get some nice flashbacks. I think anything is possible in this show. Yeah, like flashbacks to the Clone Wars or to, some other period of time. I feel like other Jedi could show up, in like hunt montages or something like that with the Inquisitors. I think you said that you're not a huge fan of the Inquisitors, right?
Yeah.
I hate to be that person, but like the fact that the Grand Inquisitor looks that like such a round head, I'm like, oh gosh, it just like looks weird. So I got to get used to that, and hopefully it looks better like within the show.
Yeah, no, I think it's a valid criticism. I know that there's always these variables translating an animated character into realistic.
Yeah.
There's always like it's never going to be exactly the same. And I think I've seen some people were complaining about Cad Bane, how he wasn't 100% like to the Clone Wars,
but it looked like him. It was not that much of a stretch. I mean, it looked like him. Like
it did.
Yeah,
it did. And
this just looks like a dude with like a mask on or a bald cap or something like that. Like it's a much different. And the fact that this like character, not this character, but this species already exists within the movies, it's like, why is it so different than that?
Yeah, it's definitely interesting how they took that approach, and I wonder if it just they cast the guy and they're like, okay, we'll make you look like the Inquisitor, and they're like, oh, actually, we can't make you look like the Inquisitor, but we'll do our best. Maybe that kind of thing. Like I have to assume that they didn't cast him because he looked exactly like the guy, but he had the acting chops for the role.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you got to think about what all the things they can do with prosthetics these days and CG, and would there have been a way to make him look more Inquisitor-ish? Um, I always go back to Revenge of the Sith, where we see that species, the Utapauans, there on planet Utapau,
Mhm.
and they all kind of have that similar, really like skinny, lanky, very tall, very alien look, and this guy just kind of looks like he doesn't look really alien. When I see this trailer, he doesn't look really
No.
alien to me.
It's just a dude with tattoos, like, on his head.
Yeah,
And
it's
just
like
they
he's
just never got any
impersonating.
sun.
He's
Yeah, yeah.
cosplaying as the Inquisitor.
Yeah, but, like, every other aspect of this trailer looks great. I hope it's, like, very, like, sad. I hope there's, like, a lot of, emotion to the show, because there's gotta be a lot of, heavy weight to him being alone and trying to look after Luke and doing the right thing, making the right calls, dealing with, like, the choices that he made,
Hmm.
previously. I think there's a lot of really interesting stuff that could come from this show. So, uh, I'm really excited. I hope there's, like, cameos and different things, but, I don't know. I don't know what this show could do for us, but I'm interested to find out.
Yeah, totally. We'll find out soon enough. Um, I Yeah, I totally think that it's going to be cool. I think they're going to do a good job with it. I know there's a lot writing on this. I know there was a lot of in the rewriting process, and a lot of stuff came out about how they were trying to get it right, and they made
Mhm.
changes, and so I think there's a lot writing on it. And yeah, as far
Yeah,
as the Inquisitors go, I hope that this really changes my mind about them. I don't hate the idea of Inquisitors. It's just when I saw them in Rebels for the first time, it just kind of was like, oh, are there really that many Jedi out there that they needed to like turn all these other like former Jedi to the dark side in order to hunt them? Like, I feel like anytime you take more and more Jedi and make them bad, it kind of like diminishes like Anakin Vader like a little bit for me. Like I
sure.
always growing up before the prequels, I always thought, oh, he was a Jedi, he turned to the dark side. That must have been, like universe shattering. But then like it
Mhm.
happens with Dooku, and then it happens with, all these other like
Happens
Jedi and
all the
stuff. So
time.
like, oh,
Normal
so
occurrence.
Vader's it's not a big deal then. So Vader just, just another Jedi that turned to the dark side. Like that. So that's
Yep.
kind of the biggest thing for me. And, I just thought, well, what if they team up and then they kill Vader or try and do something like that? What's to prevent him from doing something like that? So,
Yeah.
um,
Well, I mean, at least I think they've talked about the Inquisitors are also like not just for hunting down Jedi and stuff, but like also for like finding force sensitive people as well. So I guess maybe they're I forget, are they like essentially just killing them off or are they taking them for their own means? I forget what the deal was, but I guess they got a lot of tasks to accomplish. So
they're turning them into mummies like Luminara and Rebels.
oh, that was horrifying, that
That
moment.
was
That
scary.
was
Yeah.
awesome. That was, like, such a good moment. I just rewatched that the other day because of, I don't know, something, but I was just trying to look up the Inquisitor maybe, I don't know, but, because he steps into the chamber at that moment too. The Grand Inquisitor is so awesome. Like, that final scene, in Rebels season 1, it's what does he say? He says, "There's some things far more scary than death," or something like that, something along those lines,
Yeah.
and it's, like, such a great quote, and, yeah, I hope we get that same vibe from him in this show because he's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. They handled that character really well in Rebels. Like, I think as it went on, though, some of the like filler Inquisitors, we'll call them, were a little more like not as in. I wasn't as invested in them. I was like, oh, okay. So you have that one guy that looks like a colonial pirate or something, and then
Mhm.
like was the seventh
The
sister
5th
and
yeah, 5th brother, I
fifth
think, right?
brother. Yeah,
With the long
yeah,
hat, and then, yeah, 7th sister, there's so many of them. Then the, Jedi Fallen Order had some too, right? And, yeah, so they're all over the place
yeah.
now.
I liked him better in Fallen Order. Like I feel like you know through that game, just kind of like getting a little bit more of their perspective and seeing a
Mhm.
little more backstory on how they became Inquisitors. I found that was a little more intriguing to me than Rebels, the way that show approached it. But
Did you like Rebels overall, like, when it was all said and done, or were you not really a fan?
yeah, overall I did. Overall, I quite enjoyed it. There were certain things that I think were really well done, like Kanan, like just
Mhm.
his story and the way that he like goes out. And I know I think we talked about this, but like I wasn't a big fan of Jason Sindula.
Yeah. Yeah, and it literally like one of the last scenes of the show. It's like, hey, it's like this,
He's a
character shows
leprechaun.
up, and you're like, okay, that's what we're gonna do with. If they wanted to change how he looks in live action, it's okay. You can
Or
go
just
ahead.
pretend he never existed. Why not? He's like a little leprechaun is what he looks like.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. But you never know. We might get him at some point. They literally are just showing everybody and going back, over, especially Rebels. Like they are mining that show like crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, I know.
And to think that
Yeah.
we could start off like as a jumping off point, like directly from the end of that show for live action or something. So, I love that show. I think that is some of the best Star Wars that they've ever made. So it's one of my
It's
favorite things. I love
yeah,
that show so
it
much.
is really good. It is. And they took a lot of risks with it too, with like the world between worlds thing and
That's one of my favorites. Yeah.
yeah. So, gotta hand it to him for, trying new
Mhm.
things, instead of it just being more of the same over and over.
Yeah.
Um, we don't talk about Jason Sindelar. Yeah, we don't.
Sorry,
Now
Hera.
that's stuck in my head. Oh man. Oh, that's stuck in my head.
I had to listen
Um,
to a version of the song earlier today that was just a dog barking through the whole thing.
oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah, so I've got that one in my head.
Oh man, that's wild. So Dodson says Kenobi needs to have the high ground in this series. Well, we'll
He
see,
might.
right?
He looks like he was up in the hills looking, through his little thingy. So
Because
maybe.
yeah, I love all the memes that people were like doing where what is he really looking at?
Yeah, that is great.
Greg says Ewan is my male crush.
Yeah, I mean, Ewan's awesome.
Yeah,
I just recently like watched through 3 seasons of his like Apple, I guess it's on Apple TV. The Long Way Around, down or up or whatever direction it was. He rides motorcycles across the
mhm,
world, and it's an
yeah,
awesome show. It was a great show.
yeah, super talented. Let's see. Nick says, a little nervous about the helicopter lightsabers, but excited beyond that.
Do
I
it.
hope you don't.
No, they gotta
No,
do it.
no.
They gotta fly in. Like there's no way they can't do that.
Yeah,
We already saw the spinning action. Come on, just let it
well,
fly.
Rebels is canon, so
Oh yeah.
helicopter lightsabers are a thing. Um, One of them died though, right? I kind of remember like watching like that episode where like one of them got shot down or something and he just like fell to the ground, right?
Maybe, yeah. Was that Twilight of the Apprentice? Did that happen in there or no? I forget.
I
There was
don't
a lot of
remember.
flying in that episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
commit.
remember one of them like flying just on his helicopter saber and he fell. Like maybe Maul did something to him or something, but
Maybe. Oh,
yeah.
Lewis popping in at the drop of the word cannon. So cannon's not
Yeah.
real. Can't hurt you.
Canon's not real. It's not real. Dave agrees with you. Commit to the helicopter. All right. Well,
Do it. Yes.
I'm overridden. I guess we got to have helicopter lightsabers. Yeah. That that'd be yeah, a lot of people on board with the helicopter thing. Okay.
Yes, Britt.
Britt says that was how the Sarah Michelle Gellar sister died. All right, yeah. So
Oh, wow. You figured out that SMG real quick. I was like, what is that? Makes sense.
as Star Wars nuts tend to do. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I hope that it pushes the boundaries a little bit. I hope it's not just, Ewan and or Obi-Wan, Vader, Ultimate at the end rematch and because we already know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's going to escape or he's going to, obviously. So I hope that they find other ways to kind of like push it and kind of like get more into like Star Wars. There hasn't really been a whole lot of that in Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett where they can kind of go into the mythology of Star Wars because you don't have like these force wielders so much in these shows, or at least not really given any dedicated like time to explore those topics. So I hope that we get a little bit more of that, like force ghosts that was never really like explained too well. I think like something like this, you're thinking of Obi-Wan, presumably he's keeping communication with Yoda, perhaps he's talking to Qui-Gon. Maybe we get a little bit more in there, like,
Please.
yes.
Liam Neeson has to be in this. Like he can,
Oh yeah.
he's got to show up because like, I mean, I think at this point in time, like he still hasn't figured it out, right? Maybe during the period of this show he figures it out or something. But like to have him transition from like just a voiceover in like it was in Rebels, he was still a voice, I think. Right, it was Rebel. No, it was the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars. That whatever when they went to the I forget the name of the planet now. But that transitioning into like actually getting like a full force ghost, that would be so sick. That would be awesome. And then teaching, Obi-Wan the tricks of the trade and figuring out how it works, that would be awesome. And I also want to see like Obi-Wan like age. Like I want to see like him, if this is all we're gonna get from, if this is the last thing that we're gonna get from Ewan McGregor, I want to see somehow him age into Alec Guinness. I want to see that.
That would be interesting.
Mortis, yeah, Mortis. There it is.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see that. Yeah, no, definitely Qui-Gon. I think, I'm sure I feel pretty confident we're going to see that. I think we're going to see a lot. And there's going to be cameos of obvious characters that can come in, but I hope there's also not obvious ones too that we're not thinking of that maybe tie into the prequels or era or something that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Ahsoka's going to show up.
Yeah,
I feel like it's very possible. There's
Yeah.
those convoys flying around on that rooftop scene, which makes me think like she could be nearby. So
She could be near, live action Obi-Wan and Ahsoka for the first time. Imagine that.
that'd be amazing.
Something.
Look, I think it's guaranteed to happen. If they're going to do a flashback, you have to have all three of them. Like him in his general, like his full like tactical gear, like that would be awesome. And then like that, oh man, I'm just like, I'm gonna freak out thinking about it. Oh, that's too good. Thinking about like their Clone Wars attire and everything, like even for Anakin and Ahsoka, like, oh my god, that would be amazing.
I'm sure we get that. I can't see them not doing that. That's
Yeah,
low hanging fruit. I'm sure we're gonna see that. And it would be awesome because we've had all these years of Clone Wars, seeing them on their adventures and all the things that are never alluded to in the films. And I think we're gonna actually see them together doing something, and I think it's going to be super exciting.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think we're going to get Rex.
Awesome.
I think
Rex, yeah. I mean, he's gonna be like kind of like Ahsoka shows up all the time now. Rex is, or Tamora Morrison's gonna show up in all these different shows, which is gonna be awesome because he has thousands of characters to play, so he could be anybody.
Totally. Super Source Rex says Dexter Jetster cameo.
Yes, please. I want to see like him just sitting at his diner, just being like, "Oh, where's my number one, fan? Where is he? He used to come in here all the time."
What happened to him? Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're gonna see him, but that'd be kind of neat. Like just have a reunion of Dexter and Obi-Wan of sorts, like Dex. He knows everything. Oh, this is a Camino saber dart. Like maybe he would know like just any random thing. Obi-Wan just needs to ask him.
Yeah. I got a question for you.
So Dave says Jar Jar bust. Will Jar Jar?
Yes.
I don't know. Could be.
I want Jar Jar on the show. That would be awesome. Please.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Like after all this time to see Jar Jar and it's just like a different take on Jar Jar or something.
I want something to like stray away from the Now I'm blanking. It's late, and I've had this nearly this whole cup of wine. The books. There was those books, and Jar Jar showed up, and he was like real sad, and like it was like a really sad interlude in between the books. So I don't know if you remember that. Whatever those books were, it's by Chuck Wendig.
Yeah, that would be interesting. And he has like
Aftermath. Yeah.
aftermath. He's got like a glass of like almost finished like Riesling in it.
Like Misa real sad. Oh
he's a real
At
drunk.
least Annie's back. Oh, you know.
Britt says, I don't think it'll happen because she's busy holding out for Padme flashback. That would be cool. I actually think this is possible. I mean, she's obviously working for Disney, right? Doing the Marvel stuff. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I think it certainly could happen.
Oh, definitely. I think so. Yeah. Oh God, I splashed my face with this drink. So
oh man,
we're getting to that period of time here.
Getting to that period of time. Just don't mute yourself, okay? Just don't mute yourself.
Yeah, I'll try not to.
Right on. So yeah, I'm excited for it. And I think after this show, what is the next one? Is it Andor? Is that the one that's coming later in the year?
Oh yeah, I guess so. That one, I feel like that's just like flown under the radar. You know, didn't we get some like clips or something like behind the scenes like a long time ago?
Yeah, we did, and there were some leaked like set photos. Yeah, that could be like. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Like, I wonder if it's going to be kind of just like it's. I don't think like the large, like Disney Plus going public, like might be aware of that character. I mean, they'll recognize him, but if you say, "Oh, there's an Andor series coming," they might just be like, "Who? What?"
Yeah.
So,
but you know what? Ahsoka could be in that show too. Like literally, she's Fulcrum, and so is Cassian. So like, it could work out that they could both be a part of this, and he could learn from her or something like that. Like, I don't know when this show takes place at this period of time in my life, but
in
whatever,
life.
it could work in my life. I don't right now currently. I don't know when that show takes place, so it could be anytime. Maybe it's after he died. After he died, I think maybe that's when it takes place.
When you were 5 years old, who knows?
When I was 5 years old, that would be great. Yeah. Because when I was 5, we were still. I think we had all the original trilogy. Yeah, it's in between those.
Nice. Yeah. It could be that Andor, is kind of just like the underdog, and it ends up being like this really good show, and really like unexpectedly good series that just like Brit's actually saying this here too, could be a sleeper hit. Yeah, it could very well be.
Yeah. I mean, Rogue One I think Rogue One's like the best Star Wars movie that they've made ever. Like, I love that movie so much. So, bring it on. I'm interested to see what they'll do.
Bring it on.
Buckle it.
Yeah, you never know. And Nick says, hopes Cassian will make me like Rogue One more. So yeah, that's
Nick. Come on, Nick. Just like it more. It's awesome.
I love the movie too, but I don't like the thing for me. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but like there's so many little like tiny things, not movie ruining things in Rogue One. They're just kind of a little weird for me. And they're things as mundane as like how like Saw Gerrera like delivers certain lines, or how like why doesn't like Cassian like respond with in a certain way, like just little things. I can't even give any examples right now off the top of my head, but they're just like little like moments, and I'm like, well, if they would have said that a little differently or reacted a little differently, maybe you would feel more Star Wars. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get you. I don't have that with that movie at all, but I have moments like that where I do love the sequel trilogy, but like there's moments in those movies where I'm like, if you had just done, this little thing, I think it would have been better, a better movie or whatever. But Yeah, what are you gonna do? That's
Uh,
just hindsight and us. I feel like a lot of times as fans, like we know the ins and outs of everything, and we want to see all these dots connected. But like at the end of the day, that's not the movie they made, so just gotta accept
yeah.
it.
I have an example actually now. Like a Bodhi Rook and the Master Switch thing, like they're just kind of going back and forth, like, him and like the other like rebels, like the Master Switch, where is it? And they just keep looking at each other and repeating the same thing. And it's like, why did they really need to do that? Like just little things like that don't kill the movie, but they're just kind of a little awkward.
Huh? Okay. Yeah, like what's his name? The dudes from the Cantina, like showing up in the middle of that movie or whatever.
Mm.
It's like that's weird. Like why? What are they doing here?
It was a little I like that. It was a little gratuitous, but I liked it. I enjoyed seeing them. Um,
But they got off the planet though before it like blew up or half blew up or whatever. So they were fine, I guess. They got off there
right,
quick.
right.
They had to get out of there quick because it was on Jeddah, right? And yeah. So
Yeah, for sure. And
oh,
li
it
and like
literally
mhm.
did somebody just say that too? Oh yeah, literally it said it. Brit said it in the comments. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Literally exactly what I just said. Said it before me. My bad. Sorry, Brit.
Yeah. Nick says that his issues that the visually amazing, but the characters felt a little flat. Yeah, I mean, I think some of the characters in there are awesome. Like Chirrut is great, Baze is awesome.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's certain things with like I feel like with Jin and with Cassian that are just a little. I don't know. I feel like they could potentially be very charismatic, and maybe they're not necessarily
Mhm.
that. Like again, small little nitpicky things that I just like as you're watching. There's like, but nothing that ruins the movie. I still think it's a really fun movie, and it's highly rewatchable.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and
Yeah.
Vader and all that. So
I love the book that came out, Catalyst. It came out, I think, before the movie, and I read it before, and it just leads like right into it. It's perfect, like 1-2 punch. It's great. Really helps, I think, like flesh out the rest of the book. I mean, the movie. You know.
yeah. Um, so Pico V1, I don't understand. Indoor, they are saying there will be double the episodes, and they already announced the season 2. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize they had already announced the season 2 for Indoor.
Yeah, I forget.
Interesting.
Yeah, they can. It can be any kind of show. Like it. I'm sure it's going to be a thriller spy kind of thing, and
Hmm.
figuring out his history and stuff. So it's not going to be like a mini series or whatever they're calling Obi-Wan, which is only 6 episodes or whatever. So,
Yeah.
and you had mentioned that they had trouble like writing that show in general. So, this one's a lot easier for them to produce.
Yeah, for sure. Going to Super Source's point here, I really love the Shore Trooper design. That's like one of my favorite
Oh
designs in all
yeah.
of Star Wars, like for troopers. So that
Yeah.
is, yeah, that is something very cool that we got from that movie.
Did we get the Death Troopers in that movie too? Was that the first time we saw them?
Maybe that's the one that Super Source is referring to, but
No, but
yeah,
any of them, they're like the short troopers are awesome. I love that whole sequence. That is so cool. And I know there was a bunch of reshoots and stuff, but like that sequence is awesome. I love it.
yeah, no, it was definitely, definitely. Well, cool. So, Brett, I know it's super late where you are on the East Coast. It's like after midnight, and
Yeah, I
I
still
don't
got a
want to
long
take
ways to go.
right. Yeah, you're almost out of Riesling. You need a refill. You need a refill.
I do. Yeah. No, I'm out of it. I finished it. It's gone.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, that'll explain a thing or two about a thing or two. All right.
maybe.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Well, how are you feeling? Do you want to keep going, or I don't want
Yeah,
to
we
take
can
too
keep
much
going
of
if you
your.
want to. It's fine.
All right,
I don't
cool.
mind.
All right. So, what's on your mind?
Nothing. Let's see. What's on my mind? Is there anything else Star Wars related? I forget.
Bad Batch is coming back soon.
Oh, Bad Batch is coming back soon. Yeah, I did just see that. I think I saw that today actually, and I was like, "Oh, is this a joke? Are you joking me?" It's coming back like what did it say? July or something like that. I think.
July, I think. Yeah.
That was a that was, that show was kind of a letdown for me. I didn't really expect a lot because of those however 4 episodes or whatever we got from Clone Wars season 7. I was like, I was just not into those because those were the first, 3 or 4 episodes that we got for season 7, and I was like, what is this? Like, I don't want to watch this anymore. Just skip to the good part. I just want to see the good stuff. So once the show was announced, I was like, really? Like, we're gonna have a whole show about this? So I was into it. It was fine, and I think it culminated in a decent way. I thought it was pretty good, but overall, I'm just like, I don't really care too much about that show. I don't know. I think the clones were not very believable to me, so they're a little bit over the top.
Yeah, I I like the first episode of Bad Batch. I thought that was really neat seeing like Kanan, even though he's got a man's voice and he's a
Uh,
little kid.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
Um,
cool.
I like that first episode, but then after that, it was like, like the young Harris stuff was neat, but it's like, like the
Mhm.
Bad Batch literally just appeared in like the last minute of the episode. So it's kind of like the Book of Boba Fett, right? It's like,
Yeah,
like his show gets hijacked and it's about like something else entirely.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, hopefully
I'm
season 2 is
excited.
better.
I'm excited to see what it is and where it goes. I honestly like forget most of what happened. A bunch of stuff was blowing up on whatever the planet is. Can't think of specifics right now. It doesn't work with a lot of wine. But whatever that
Camino?
planet was with a Camino, yeah, Camino. A lot of that blew up right at the end of that season. I forget. It was like
Yeah,
sinking or something.
they sunk the clones' the Kaminoan bases.
Hmm. I'm interested to see how, like, because there's that stuff in Bad Batch, but then there's also whatever's going on with these scientists in Mandalorian, and like I wonder like where are we going to see this tie that leads us to Snoke, and Palpatine and all that stuff. I want to see these connective threads and stuff. I want to see like where does
Mm,
this all connect. And we do have that book, blanking on the name of it, but something about the Sith that has Lando and Luke in it, and it's like I think it might like even show a little bit of Ray or something like that because it shows that
mm.
that dude that like stole her or whatever. So I'm really interested in that book, and that comes out fairly soonish, I think.
Yeah, the art on that book's kinda weird, but,
Weird. Oh, I thought it looked awesome. What was the name of it? I forget.
Lando doesn't
Oh
look like he looks
no,
strange.
yeah, Lando didn't really look like great in that. Yeah, but I'm very excited for it nonetheless. I thought the art like looked cool, but yeah, you're right. Lando, let's see. He kind
Maybe
of looks like in between like Donald Glover and
yeah, I can see
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I can see that. Maybe they'll fix it. Maybe it'll be like remember when they did the evolution of Claire and then, like, they tweaked the art, like, t by for the final release?
Yeah, 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 maybe. It could be. I wonder if it is more catered to Donald Glover so that like when they do make this Lando show, if they do, I mean, he's apparently been talking very, very minimally. I keep seeing like articles pop up about he said something about the Lando show, and it was just like, yeah, I got a lot of stuff in the works. And I'm like, that's not saying anything about the show. Like, what did he say? So I guess this thing is happening maybe sometime in the future, but
Yeah.
maybe that's why it kind of looks like it's more catered to him, even though at this point in time it should definitely just be Billy D. Williams. But I'm excited to see what
Yeah.
Ochi of Bestoon is up to and how this guy factors into it. And
Mhm.
it's an unexplored time period, and I'm very excited for that.
For
But
sure,
have you
and,
have you
mhm.
go ahead. I was gonna change the subject, but go ahead.
I was gonna say, Britt says that Ochi's super awesome in the comics. I cannot attest to this,
Okay.
'cause I haven't read them,
No,
but
I gave
good
up
to
on the
know.
comics a long time ago, yeah. I was gonna ask if you had gotten into the whatever the High Republic stuff. Have you gotten into any of that?
No. No, I
Yeah.
haven't. I mean, not that I'm opposed to it or anything. It's just that I have so much other stuff to focus on. It's like, do I want to read this book or these comics? And I kind of do, is the truth, but maybe at some point I'll get around to it.
Yeah, I started it. I got like a quarter or halfway through the book, and it's an audiobook, but I just stopped listening. I think the pandemic hit and then I just stopped listening. But I just wasn't I didn't care. Like I wasn't into it. So I did an episode of the Forcecast the other day and we were talking about like our top ideas for like what kind of shows we'd want to see on Disney Plus. And that was one of them. I'm like, I want to see the High Republic cuz like I need a reason to get invested in these books and comics and things. I have no reason right now. Like I guess my imagination isn't working well enough to like picture all of this stuff and imagine all the characters and the names and everybody. So I want to see like a TV show that focuses on those characters. And then like a few days later, we got some news that they might be working on a High Republic show. So please make it.
Oh, it'd be interesting. Yeah, I'd love to see like stuff from. I mean that's kind of like untouched, other than like novels and comics and stuff. That whole like
Mhm.
era, like the centuries before the prequel trilogy is kind of just hasn't really been gone into a whole lot. I mean, yeah, the comics, video games and stuff, but
Mhm.
there's a lot there they could do, and I think a show like a live action show could be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed they go into there because I would love to see that.
Oh, Milky Way Skywalker is here. Good to see you. I didn't know that you were here with us. Makes it hard to have a clone emperor without Camino, which I think is a super cool.
Mhm.
Which I think I'm putting words in his mouth, which I think is a cool sequel trilogy tie-in. Um, Yeah, and I think you were talking about that, Brad. Like, what are the threads that connect, from the end of Return of the Jedi to Palpatine, Snoke, and all that.
Yeah, I feel like they were I forget what season was it in? Was it in season 2 of Mandalorian or something? But they were like there was that like base on like a hillside or something, I think.
Hmm.
And I feel like they were alluding to that, if not just saying it outright. But I want to see what these ties are. And I really like what we got in Rise of Skywalker wasn't like enough for me to be like, oh, that's what was happening. I need some more answers, I think, with that, other than somehow Palpatine has
Somehow,
returned,
Palpatine is, yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, it's all part of the story, right? So I hope that whatever they do, they enhance those stories and those movies, just to make them a little more, like don't make them worse, like make them better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. I yeah, I don't know, it just made me think of Jurassic and canon and everything. And hey, Lewis, what's up? But like yeah, do you wish like Jurassic had like this kind of, content? Do you wish it had tons of shows in between to fill all these gaps and to tell all the stories? Or do you think it's fine like just doing the movies and like Camp Cretaceous?
You know, I think it'd be really cool. Now, Camp Cretaceous, as silly as it's become, has really helped like fill in, like, for me, just like Jurassic content. Just having it, every like X amount of months has been like a really I love that. I love watching the episodes. I think they're a lot of fun. I know it's
Mhm.
kind of gone to a weird place in terms of the story, but
Yeah.
I think I think we could use more of it. I think a live action show would be awesome. Um, I kind of feel like the movies can be their own thing, but then they can have a series that maybe explores like other aspects of that universe, like maybe the
Mhm.
building of Jurassic World, maybe how um Hammond and Lockwood like learned how to clone animals and dinosaurs and kids and stuff. And,
Yeah.
you know, there's just other
Man.
areas they can go back, they can explore, and still incorporate the dinosaurs, still incorporate all that stuff. Like how did there's a lot we don't know, right? There's things that have been filled in by websites and stuff, but how, like, we haven't seen it like on in a more official capacity, like how are these things accomplished, so I think that
Yeah.
some shows could go a long way in that regard.
Yeah, I feel like thinking about the overall story and stuff, there's not really a lot of gaps and things that like I need to know what happened in this period of time. Or how did this occur? Like we were talking about with Snoke and all that, like I really need to know what happened and how did this all like what was the plan? How did this all occur? How did they recreate him? And does Grogu factor into all these things? Like what was the idea there? With Jurassic, I don't really have that like must know, like I must know this stuff. I'd like to know like the story in between Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World. Like I'd like to see them
Hmm.
setting up a park, but it's not like mandatory information that I need. Um I would say I'd like to know like what happened to everything on Sorna. I think that would be like give me the information instead of being like wishy-washy about it and saying like, "Well, yeah, we took them off, but we didn't really," or whatever. And then
Uh-huh.
having Camp Cretaceous show a Spinosaur and then other dinosaurs that like you think are the dinosaurs that you know from the Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, but you're not really sure. It's like they never really confirmed that those are the dinosaurs, but
Hmm.
they say that they're from this place, but like I don't know. It's very confusing to me. So they try to like confirm things in their other canonical material, but like never actually confirm things. So I struggle with it. And I wish like they were
Right.
more concrete with their information from time to time. But like at this point in time, I'm just like, we are 3 movies into this new trilogy, and like they haven't given us like what we need out of like canonical content. So I'm okay with Jurassic just saying, hey, here's some movies, and Star Wars doing their thing and being like, here's everything you want to know. I think I'm okay to differentiate those things.
Yeah, no, that makes sense as well. I agree. I don't think there's really anything we need to see that hasn't really been delivered in terms of timelines. I mean, we know now we know that that Hammond and Lockwood, joined forces and were able to create this technology.
Now we know,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
It only
um,
took like 25 years or whatever, but we figured it
yeah,
out. Yeah.
and we know there's a discrepancy in his name now, in Hammond's name. Um,
Well, like
you
also the
know,
discrepancy in like, they name him like I guess he was like a doctor this whole time, but like they like steeped him into the creation of the dinosaurs lore with Fallen Kingdom. And I'm like, what? Like that's never the story that I thought I knew about Jurassic Park. Like I don't know about you, but I never
yeah.
thought John Hammond was like part of creating the dinosaurs. I thought he was like, here's my money, make dinosaurs, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that was my, like, if you watch the first movie, that's kind of the sense that I get. He's, oh, I have an island, like, it's okay, so he's rich. Um, and you see Dr. Wu doing, all this stuff. He's got his team, right, the lab, and they're working on
Hmm.
stuff. And yeah, I always had that when I first saw the movie, and the first book, like, it was just always that impression that he's funding this. It's his grand idea. He talks about the flea circus, and like, okay, so he's like a Walt Disney. He's a very like inventive person. He's somebody that has an imagination. He wants to accomplish all these things, but so he has to have the right people around him to do it. I also never thought that it was him like in the lab, like, like playing with like splicing genes or whatever he was doing, or extracting DNA. Like, I always thought
Yeah.
assumed it was the scientist doing that.
And he even says it in Jurassic Park. He's like, these are the real miracle workers of Jurassic
Hmm.
Park. Like these scientists that are here. Not me. Like I didn't do it. I just gave them the money. So it's weird. Like I think when they try to fill in these gaps and like tell the story, it's like, oh, where are you going with this now? And I don't know. Just stick to the fun. Like that's what I want from this series.
Yeah, yeah. Like, world building is great, but it has to be done right, and anytime you're involving like classic, beloved characters, and you're adding things to their stories that aren't really necessary, that's kind of that can become a little dangerous in terms of just like altering people's perceptions of those characters. And I think if you do that too much, I don't think we're quite there necessarily with Hammond, but I think, if you look at Star Wars, I think, that's happened quite a bit. So, it's just got to be done like, if it's not really necessary to do that, then just kind of stay away from it.
Yeah. Hopefully they, I don't know. I mean, we have no idea what they have planned. The DPG site just got put back into place, so I know everybody was scared that it wasn't canon for 15 minutes, but it's back. But I don't know what's in store, if they have anything else up their sleeve for like explaining things. But I would have thought that this upcoming movie would have been ripe for like filling in gaps between Fallen Kingdom and now. Outside of just Battle at Big Rock. Like I thought we would have got more stuff like that, more little clips, more little things. Can you remember back in like I guess around 2018 we got like, was it then? I think it was then. We got like that cool like behind the scenes footage of the T-Rex in San Diego. And like stuff like little videos and stuff like that. I thought we would have got more stuff like that leading up to this movie. And we're only 2 months away. So like it still could happen, I guess, but like it just feels like could have happened earlier.
Yeah, no, totally. That is for sure. I like this little exchange here.
Yeah.
Jurassic Dave is how do you guys feel about street dates? And then Greg's reply, I never dated anyone I met on the street. So good.
Wow. Wow. I feel, are you guys talking about this on the side? Like, did you set this joke up or what? Like that?
I know, right?
That's too good.
But street dates, well, on that topic, it's tough. For like a big movie, street dates have always been a thing, whether it was like the Star Wars prequels, whether it's like Jurassic films, street dates are just a thing, and it's usually because they're trying to time like a big like promotional push for all these new products to time into the new media event, whatever it is. So they make sense when it's like a random street date for like, I think you might remember, Brad, when they were going like from Fallen Kingdom to Dino Rivals, they also had street dates there, and sometimes they wouldn't sell the product, and it's like, okay, that's not really like a big deal. There shouldn't be a street date there. So it kind of depends.
Yeah, and it's not like we have like I don't think we really have a lot of figures or toys with like spoilers in them or anything. I think I don't know. What would you rather? Would you rather like the approach of just like, hey, let's release all this stuff right here and just like have a street date or whatever? Or do you want them to like do what they did with like Mandalorian season 1? It's like, we're not going to produce anything like that you want from this show. And then once a year later, now we're going to give you all the Baby Yoda stuff. Like, I don't know what's a better plan, but like,
yeah, that's equally as frustrating. I mean, with Star Wars, I know they do it for like secrecy. I don't think that's really been a thing with Jurassic. I mean, again, your favorite character from Dominion.
Yeah, my guy, Rain, Rain Wilson
Rain.
or whatever.
Wilson, that's his name.
No, that's the from The Office, the guy from The Office.
It's sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not, basically.
I mean, I don't know what I would feel about a street date. Like, it's fine, it's a thing and it exists, and like you also shouldn't get in trouble for buying something if you were able to buy it,
Yeah, no, we've seen instances of this lately. No, totally. If something is put on the shelves, I mean, it should be fair game. Some things are register locked and you can't actually bypass that system. It is. I remember the Brachiosaurus, that being register locked after people were buying it elsewhere. And so
yeah, that's so frustrating because like it seems like sometimes one place will have it locked, but like another won't. And like I remember standing at the counter one time and I was like, well, people took this home already. I see, look, here's a picture of them right here. It's in their house. And they're like, I'm sorry, we can't do anything. I'm like, Come on. Just let me take it home. But yeah, it's okay. They're just doing their jobs.
Yeah. Looking here at the comments. There's something going on with Stegosaurus now. I'm confused.
Well, yeah, because so in Jurassic Park, they have all the vials that Nedry got, and they were spelled wrong. Yeah,
it's
so.
misspelled. Yeah, Stegosaurus.
So the A is for Alfred.
Oh God.
And for some reason, Greg just wants to know if Nick worked at Starbucks. I'm not sure what's happening there. That's an interesting turn of events, but I wonder, did he?
He may have.
Now I'm curious.
What's a gred? I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Is that what Greg is called at Starbucks?
It could.
We've got a mocha chai, something or other here for Greg. Krog.
I don't really have any Starbucks stories. My name being wrong. I have one, but they were kind of close. They wrote Victoria, but they put with the B instead of a V.
Hey yo, Victoria.
It's like how did you guys get that one?
Yo, you joked about me scratching off Brad Pitt from the Hollywood Star. At my work, I got a fax or whatever that had Brad Pitt on it. I'm like, you wrote this? You actually wrote the name Brad Pitt and faxed it to me and thought that was my name. Okay. All right,
man.
Yeah.
Super Sora says, I hope Chef 100 makes a cameo.
Yeah. That dude makes a mean Chilean sea bass. Yeah.
I always see that on the menu. Well, not always, but sometimes I see it on the menu at places, and I'm like,
Oh,
and then I don't order it.
Never wanted to try it. Never once. I just laugh at it like that. I'm like, ha! And then I'm like, nope, I'm good. It looks gross in the movie, and they all make that face. They're all like, but I guess it's just because they saw the cow get eaten and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't want to. It looked gross to me.
Totally. Well, right on. Well, I know it's late where you're at. It's after what, 12:36? Is that what it is? No,
12:39. Yeah,
12:30. I was close.
Close.
Close enough. So, no, thanks again for coming on, Brad. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you. Yeah,
and I love it when these get to the point where like you start looking at the chat and you're like, wait, and everything just kind of goes crazy and off the rails. And I think we're getting to that point. So
I know everybody was also asking for us to talk about Aldi again. Get back into the Aldi, and now there's mention of Costco, so maybe even a little bit of Costco chat.
Oh, because Nick says that Chilean sea bass is stellar and they sell it at Costco. Oh man.
Yeah. So be careful at Aldi. I don't know. It's an interesting place. I'll have to report back. Go watch Tim's video. I think he did a toy hunt over there.
Yes.
So yeah, but Aldi, what does that stand for?
Always losing dinosaurs inside.
Wow. Okay.
I guess
because it's so dark in there. That's why.
Yeah, they're kidding. Yeah. They run underneath the aisles and shelves and stuff.
It's a way lamer explanation. These brothers changed the name to Aldi in 1961, which stands for Albrecht Discount. Lame. Okay. You guys want to go out to Albrecht Discount later today and buy a dinosaur? I'm gonna go out there and film a toy hunt and be like, hey guys, what's up? I'm at Albrecht Discount here. You know where that is. Go to your local Albrecht Discounts and I'll see you there. I don't know. It's a club. You have to get in. Man. Special. Bring your knife.
Yeah, bring your knife, Greg says. So okay, I'll keep that in mind. Probably won't do it, but
you could be like Owen, just hide it behind your back. It's just like, yeah.
I know. He doesn't even hide it. He just like puts it there.
It's just just out there.
It's just out. He's like flaunting it, brandishing it.
don't buy Chilean sea bass from Aldi. I don't know what that. I cannot vouch for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't vouch for Aldi. I can't even vouch for the Costco Chilean sea bass. If Nick says it's good, then maybe it's good. But yeah,
do they have?
I'm not
Is it
gonna
like
risk
if you go to Costco? Is it like on the end cap where there's like a person just giving you a little cup of Chilean sea bass? Like, here, try it. Maybe
Hey,
you'll
would
buy
you like to
a
try the
bag.
Chilean sea bass? Yes.
It's just Alejandro's like descendants all around the world just keep going out to Costco's and serving you.
So it's the family recipe Chilean sea bass.
Yeah, world
And it
renowned.
says on the back of the bag, back in 1993, Alejandro, perfected the family recipe, and since then we keep up the tradition and honor his legacy by continuing to offer the world the recipe as he perfected. I don't know, something like that.
He got the story is he actually got left on the island. Nobody picked him up, and he was there. It's like he has his own film, like it's like a Camp Cretaceous style show, but it didn't make the airwaves. Netflix didn't want it, so because it was boring. It was just him perfecting his recipe, and like nobody wanted to see that. So
I guess not.
There was no Brad X's in that show, so
yeah, if there were, then that would have really upped the ratings. And yeah, I'm surprised there's not a toy of those, like a figure of those things.
What I heard is Aldi is now going to have them as like supervisors at the door, like checking your ID when you go in. So be careful. Yeah, look out for the Brad X's. So
if you don't pay a quarter for your shopping cart, they're going to open their mouths and disintegrate you.
I think so. Scary. I don't know. I'm scared.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to Aldi. This is too much. This is overwhelming.
It is. Yeah. Well,
all right.
We made it here, so.
Thanks again, Brad, for coming on. It's been a blast.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. It's been fun.
Of course. Yeah, for sure. Let's do it again. Before too long.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm sure everybody knows, but where can our friends that are hanging out with us look you up on the interwebs?
My handle for my personal one is right there at Brad Jost. You can find us, find me at the Jurassic Park Podcast. Just search for that wherever you want. We have a website. I talk about Star Wars from time to time on the Force Cast. I usually do the live streams, but we haven't done those in a little while. We had some hiccups in the scheduling, so we're trying to bring those back. But hopefully by the time Kenobi rolls around, that'll be nice. And I talk about theme parks on Grim Grinning Hosts, so go check out that. And for some reason, I was on it just got released. I recorded it a long time ago, but this podcast ruined my childhood. If you want to hear me talk about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
Talk about way too many things here. I'm a well-rounded individual, I guess. I can talk about anything. So
awesome. That's the way to be. That's the way to be for sure.
Yeah. Go bug reels. Go bug reels. Let them know you want to see the unknown story.
Yes. The unknown.
Great title.
The unknown story.
Jurassic Park, the unknown story. You didn't know. You guys, I bet you guys don't know anything about it. Wait until you hear. It's great.
It's great. Hopefully we'll get to see that. But yeah, anything new going on the channel lately or with the podcast episodes that are upcoming?
Nothing new. It's the same thing over and over again.
Still the same old great content. All right.
Yep. It's the same thing.
Well, it's good stuff. So it's more of the same. Then that's a good thing. We'll take that.
Totally, just exactly the same as it's ever been. So if you liked it, if you didn't, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. So come
no refunds. All sales final. All right. Well, thanks again, Brad. Thanks to everybody in the chat who's been hanging out with us and watching us and putting up with the shenanigans and everything going on. We appreciate you. Hit the like button, subscribe, and we hope to see you again soon. We'll see you guys again next week. Back here, Cantina Cocktail Hour, Friday night. It'll be lots of fun. I can't guarantee we're going to be talking about Aldi or about John Alfred Hammond or about a multitude of other things that have come up this evening, but we'll do our best to have some sort of a
you got to have an Aldi segment. You got to have the Aldi segment, like work it in, have like a whole bumper and everything, a theme song for Aldi. Work it in there. I think people would.
The Aldi podcast,
the Albrecht discount or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Yeah, with its own, yeah, you're right, with its own music and everything.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah.
cool. That'd be cool. That's where everybody would just tune out.
Yep, exactly. Put it at the end of the show.
At the very end. All right. Well, thanks, Brett. Thanks, everybody. Have a great
Thank you.
night.
Have a good night, everybody.
And we'll see you soon. Take care. Be safe. Be well.
Peace out.